Hey everyone, it's Sherri here, and today I thought we would do something a little bit different. I'm going to give you a glimpse into my own personal life, and I'm going to let you see how I use the skills that I teach people every day to deal with temptation. I certainly am not immune to temptation. I have a sweet tooth, and I am tempted all the time to eat things that I know later on I'm going to regret. So today's video, I'm going to give you an example and a few tools and strategies I teach my students, and I certainly use myself on a regular basis to say no when I want to say no. Okay, so this is a place, I think it's okay if I say the name of it. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's called Crumble Cookies. It is a place that sells primarily these ridiculously good, ridiculously huge cookies. And there are flavors like, today I think they have peanut butter chocolate chip, churro. I've seen or eaten cinnamon bun, strawberry chocolate cheesecake, German chocolate cake. It's ridiculous. Now, sugar is my trigger. I can do without the salt, the nachos, the potato chips, the bread at the dinner table. Those things are not that difficult for me. Chocolate is a different story. So here's tip number one. When I see a place like this open, immediately I avoid it. I mean, all this place sells are cookies, and they have ice cream too. I've never had ice cream. Cookies and ice cream, I think that's it. So I am not going in this place. I'm not. I know my triggers. I know myself well enough. There's nothing good going to come out of me going in this place. Okay, so I did not. Insert my friend Lisa. Back in December, she calls me on a Saturday morning and asks me if I was awake. It was pretty early. I says, yeah. She says, I want to bring you by a little Christmas present. She brings me one cinnamon bun cookie as a gift. I ate the cookie, and then, of course, I had to come check this place out. So this is a regular temptation. It's literally 3/4 of a mile from my house. If I come to Target, I have to go by this freaking place, okay? So here is how I deal with it now that I can't avoid going in here. I mean, I can avoid it, but not for the very first time. So now I've already gotten a little taste of what it's like, right? And I know this is my jam. Like, this could be a problem for me. Here's a skill that I use. It's called play it forward, and I teach it to my clients all the time. It is real simple. I go to Target, I go, oh, Crumble Cookies. I take a moment and I pause, and I say, if I go over there, what am I going to get? I'm going to get one cookie, and that is truth. I won't get 4 or 5. I'll get one, but as I told you, they are huge. Will I eat it all today? Yes, I'm probably going to eat it all today. I guess it depends on what time of day it is, but definitely within 24 hours, she's going to be gone. And then I'm going to play it forward and say, how is this going to make me feel mentally, and how will it make me feel physically? Well, physically, let's be honest, probably pretty good. Unless I eat the whole thing in one sitting, then I might kind of feel like that sugary overload, kind of sweaty, not sweaty. Not sweaty. It's sugary overloaded kind of, feeling you get sometimes when you eat too much sugar. But if I break it up into 2 days, I'll probably feel just fine. How am I going to feel mentally? This is what's going to get me. I'm going to regret it. I'm going to feel guilty. And I did a video recently on guilt and the purpose of guilt and how guilt can be helpful to us. I'm going to put a link down low for that video, and up here I'll put a link to that as well, so check out that video on guilt. But I know that if I go in here and get this cookie, it's going to make me feel guilty. I'm going to regret it. It is a ton of calories. I'm even scared to look it up. So there's no way that I'm going to stay within my eating plan today. There's no way I couldn't go over my calories if I go in here and get this cookie. And I'm not going to punish myself by like making myself go jog 4 miles tonight to eat it. So when I weigh it up like that, it's not worth it. That is called play it forward. That's an example of mindfulness. I don't know how you do this without being mindful. To me, mindfulness around food means to pause and think about your actions. You think about the why. Why am I tempted to go in here right now? It's simply because I saw it. It's not because I'm hungry. It's not because it's on sale. Actually, they're very expensive. It's for nothing else than I was tempted because I drove by it. So why am I wanting to eat this? How am I going to feel once I do eat it? All of that mindfulness is how you get around this. One other hint, you can ask yourself, are you actually physically hungry? I only ate lunch like an hour ago. So I am not physically hungry, and it really, really helps me to say, wait a minute then, if I am not physically hungry and I go in there and get the cookie, first of all, I know I'm not going to wait till I'm hungry. Forget it. I'm going to go ahead and eat it. So when I eat food, when my body has not signaled to me that it needs food, what do you think the body's going to do with that food? It's going to store it up on my hips and my thighs, and that is not what I want. It is not worth it to me. So these are just a couple of things. Ask yourself if you're physically hungry. If not, ask yourself, what then is my body going to do with this food? And then secondly, use that skill I just taught you called play it forward and say, am I going to regret this later? If you are, it's not worth it. So this is a temptation for me, like I mentioned, because I see it. But I used to be tempted a lot by my feelings and emotions. So maybe if I was having a bad day, I might be at my house and think, Crumble Cookies 3/4 of a mile away. And I might treat myself for that, for a little pick-me-up to make me feel better, which only works while you're chewing, right? Only works while you're chewing, okay? I don't really do that anymore. I've worked really, really hard on increasing my emotional intelligence. And what that means is I can name the emotion as I experience it. I know how to properly express it, to process it. I don't have to be scared of the emotion. I don't have to use food to cope or to numb out that emotion. I'll give you a quick example. We just had Mother's Day a few weeks ago, and it was a pretty sad weekend for me. Saturday, I found myself especially sad. My mother passed away in 2017, so I had a lot of memories of my mom, and it was pretty sad. And so what I have learned about sad, where I used to feel sad, and sad used to make me feel uncomfortable, sad used to make me feel weak, because I felt like sad is for like little kids, like adults shouldn't feel sad. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it kind of made me feel weak to express sadness, crying, tears, that kind of stuff. It made you feel weak, and probably a better word is vulnerable, which I don't do vulnerable very well. I still am a work in progress on that. But anyway, so where I used to feel sad and I would say, I don't want to do this, and I would distract myself in some ways, and many times that was with food. But now, when I feel sad, I befriend it, if that's a word that you can use there. I befriend the sadness. I allow it. I evaluate it as appropriate, which Mother's Day was totally appropriate for me. I miss my mom. And so what that looked like for me was I didn't really talk to anybody that day. I did a lot of work in the yard. And as I did the work in the yard, I did a lot of thinking about my mom, processing why am I sad, and how I want to spend tomorrow on Mother's Day. And I just allowed myself to be sad. And if tears come, then tears come, and I allow them to flow. So all that to say, if you are tempted to go eat to some place like Crumble Cookie because of an emotion, if that is your trigger, work on your emotional intelligence, because I can tell you right now, these Crumble Cookies, although they taste good, they are not the answer to solving your uncomfortable feelings. All right, I want to thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you like my content, please hit that subscribe button, and If you want to, check out my website, and there you can find out how we can work together. I have 2 online courses, and I currently have 2 freebies, so you can check those out, see what you think before you decide if one of my online courses is for you. All right, take care, and see you next time. Bye.